Hi, and thanks for watching this video. I'm excited today to show you something from back in the day. So this is a 4 cassettes pack sold by Oric Products International, the manufacturer of the Oric-1 computer. And they had a software house called Tansoft. And I remember this pack from back in the day. I remember seeing it in magazine adverts, but I couldn't afford it. But anyway, recently I found on eBay a somebody selling this unused and basically new old stock, and so I bought it immediately. And it took a few days to arrive because the courier kept thinking I was out, and then it required a couple of redeliveries. But finally, I've got hold of this, and I really wanted to try it out using original hardware and actual tapes. And I'll talk about the hardware that I've got in a minute. But I was curious when I got it to have a look at it. So I have already opened this because I need to check that it was there. But what I found is it does look like new old stock, because if I look at the condition of the tape, so the box is a bit battered, but looking at the condition of the tape, it really does seem that it's unused. So I was really happy to be able to find some software that's literally been unused, and software is for using. So I'm not one of the types that likes to just have everything pristine, kept in behind a glass cabinet. I wanted to use this, so this is the idea to show you what these are, because I didn't have it back in the day and I don't know exactly what we have. What we do know from the cover is that there are 4 cassettes: Teach Yourself Basic, Home Finance, something that's called Flight, which sounds really exciting, and also exciting, multi-games. So let's see what these are on the back. It gives you a tiny explanation. Teach Yourself Basic to help you to learn to program. Home Finance, a complete package to computerize home accounts. That's going to be interesting, from 1983. Flight, can you land your aircraft on the runway? So that sounds pretty exciting. And multi-games, which I can imagine are from the pictures. I don't know what this is. Fruit machine, reversi, and that looks exciting. I don't know what it is. It comes with instructions, so let's just show you what else it comes with. So there's no instructions in terms of what multi-games is. It just tells you which cassette has what program. That's fine. This one again doesn't tell you anything. You have to type grab before you load. Grab is a way of allocating the high-res memory to basic programs, so that's not what it's for. And then it allows you to load the program, so it must be quite a long program. And then finance, it does have instructions about, what does it say here? Select current date, etc., etc. Well, we'll go through that later. Finance isn't the most exciting thing. And then very small writing, Oric Flight, looks like it's got quite a lot of detail to go through, and I'll hopefully have a go at that. And then that's just some backing card. Right, so I want to load this, and I think the one I want to try first is multi-games. So side 1 is Bandit and Projectiles. So we'll try this first. And what we have here is my original, let's just move this over here a bit, my original WHSmith data recorder from late 1983. I might have got it in early 84. But yeah, I've had this since new, since I was about 13 years old basically. And then I've also got my Oric. So I've had this also from new. The Oric is a early 80s UK microcomputer. Primarily it's competing against the ZX Spectrum, Dragon 32 of the day, so it's a low-end computer. As you can see, a 6502 inside. at 1 megahertz, and these keys, people don't like them, but actually I got very used to using this keyboard, so I learned to type on this keyboard. It's actually not that bad. And as I say, I've owned this since 1983, so I've literally had it from just as I was turning 13 probably. So let's just going back to the cassette recorder. One thing you'll see is it doesn't have the cover, so it's it's been through the wars. This has 42 years worth of ownership and use, and so some things have started breaking. But the cassette player does appear to work. So I'm going to put this tape in like that. Now I need to push that side like this because I think I did try a different tape and it was chewing it up, so I have to press this side down a bit to hopefully allow it to load. And then before I load it, just so we know, how does it work? So you've got the cassette lead here going into the back of the Oric, and then just here you can see the load, save and remote control lead. The remote control lead means that I can just press play, and if I've got this pause button on, the Oric will be in charge of starting and stopping the tape when you're trying to load. So let's try this, and I need to do C load. So C load, and it's recorded in slow mode. So if I press play on here, you'll see that the tape's not moving, but as soon as I press enter on the Oric, now it's running. The Orics are controlling the tape. Now it's going to take a while to load, if it loads successfully. So once we can see that the Oric is loading, I'm going to pause the video, otherwise we'll be here for ages. So as soon as it says loading, so I know it's picked up the signal from the tape. Yeah, I'm going to pause it now so we don't have to wait in real time. I've just stopped the tape, even though the Oric had paused it, but it loaded. But the thing I've got to say is that I was just listening to this load. It took about 4 minutes, and the signal was going up and down in terms of volume. So the tape, although it's got the signal on there, either the player or the tape was certainly not completely happy, and I expected it not to load actually. So I'm quite surprised that we've got a loading screen or a loaded screen. And this is interesting because the author, Jeff Phillips, I've definitely seen this author on other Oric titles. I can't remember which ones, but they're clearly a name that I remember from back in the day. Now, because I don't know what Oric Bandit is, well, it's a fruit machine program, so I guess from the picture we could tell that's what it was. So if I just show you the picture, there we go, Oric Bandit. So it's this one here. Let's see what the instructions say. So agreed a fruit machine. I've got £100 in Oric money. There's the prize table. 3 Orics gets £20. 2 bars, 2 the same and a bar gets you a mystery. 3 the same, £10. Okay, 2 cherries, good. A single cherry gets £2. That's good to know. Okay, so I can hold. I can quit and P to pull up. So let's play it. Now, from the graphics and the speed at which things are going, I think this is just a pretty standard basic program written in Oric Basic. But let's see later on. Let's play it first. Let's see if we can win some money. Now, there's some very, very subtle sound effects going on here. I don't know if you can hear it, but while the reels are turning, there's a little bit of a sort of scale playing. I've won £1. I've got a cherry. Oh no, I've won £2. because of the cherry. Fantastic. Okay, let's have another pull. Right, waiting for the reels to stop spinning. I've got another cherry, brilliant. I thought it was a greedy fruit machine. It's giving me quite a lot of prizes already. Right, let me see if I can Control C this out. Okay, there we go. Break in 4310. So let's go to text mode. Let's put the colour to something we can see, and then I can list it. Yeah, and as I suspected, and this fruit machine program, I don't know whether maybe, I don't know if it's familiar or not to me, but there were so many programs back in the day that we used to type in from magazines, and I'm sure at least one or two of them were fruit machine games, and I'm not sure if this might have been one of them. But you can see, look, I just pause it there. You see the instructions at line 5810. So yeah, it's a basic program. Oh, it's not that long actually, but it's fine. It was a really like some kickstart software from Tansoft to support what was a brand new machine, obviously at the time. So great. So now what I want to do is let's reset the Oric, and I'm going to press play. Let's just push this cassette this way, and then do C load S on here. So you'll see it's going to start the next program, which I think is Projectile. So again, I'm going to pause it once the program actually starts loading. So okay, it's loading. Well, that's loaded. I'm just pressing stuff on the cassette player. What's interesting is, so that took about 3 minutes. What's interesting is that the same issue, what I found is that the tape is, the volume is very variable. It's going up and down between, on this VU meter, somewhere between sort of 4 and 9. And sometimes it will stick around 7 for a while. So I'm just pleased that it basically has loaded. So that's really good. And let's remember what these are. Cassettes that have not been played because they're fresh out of the box, and they were made in 1983, 42 years ago. So it's pretty remarkable actually. So I think we do need instructions for Projectiles because there's no other instructions. So the Projectile game. Also, by the way, I noticed it was G. Phillips, so I guess it's the same Jeff Phillips who wrote the Bandit game. So I imagine that they were either working for Tansoft or commissioned by Tansoft for these suite of programs. I wouldn't be surprised if all of these programs were written by Jeff Phillips. So what's this about? You've got to shoot missiles at your opponent on the other side of an island. You've got to give an angle and the velocity 0 to 200 meters per second by pressing V. Is input by pressing V. A line is drawn across the screen. The longer the line, greater the velocity. Score a point for hitting the opponent. First to 5. Player 1 is on the west. Okay. So, it looks like it's a 2-player game. Let's see. Oh, good. Would you like the computer to do player 1? Yes. Would you like to play computer to player 2? No. Yes. Honestly, this feels familiar. Really does. Again, I don't know whether this was then subsequently provided in a magazine listing. It just It just feels familiar. Right, okay, so, oh, okay. So select the velocity, I don't know, like there, angle. So I'm the player. I need my pen, I think, to show this. I'm this player on the right hand side, I believe. So because we can see that the computer, unfortunately, let me just move the video camera back again. Looks like the computer didn't have a very good first go. So I think I need an angle of, it's got to be in the region of 50 degrees. So let's try that. Might even be a lot more than that actually, 60. Because I've got that first bit of green to overcome. So let's see what happens. There we go. Oh. Velocity 175, angle 81. Let's see how they do. It's off the screen. I wonder. Just going to. Here it comes. Oh! I think they're going to score a point. Great. So the computer's pretty good at this game. Get ready for the next island. Okay. So it generates a new island by the looks of it each time. So a bit like, you know, not quite fractal, I suppose, but yeah, you've got a new pattern of island each time. So that's nice for variety. It's a very simple game. So here goes the player 2. It's my turn. So 175 was the last velocity. So wind is going westward, not much. So let's go there. Oh, I have to press V. Let's go there. And the angle. Oh, it's got to go pretty up. So I'm going to do what the computer did. It did 81 degrees. I'm going to go 80 degrees and see what happens. Oh, come on. Alright, angle 76. Right, it's my turn again. Going eastwards this time, so it's really going against me. Let's put maximum velocity. That was maximum, I don't know. Let's do 85. There we go. But now with the wind blowing the way it is, I wonder whether it's actually going to blow back to me. It's off the screen. I'm assuming eventually we're going to hear some sound as it comes back down. Okay. 61. Ah, good. So what did I do last time? Eastwards, right. Let's go that velocity, wherever that is, and let's do 85, 83. Oops, 83. Oh yes, just missed the land there. Yeah. The problem is, I think because of the sort of sheer face of the island on my side, I have to have a high angle, but then that's going to stop me from getting any kind of distance. Oh wow, that wasn't too bad, was it? Oh, now I'm slightly concerned that the computer has now got it spot on. So those clicking, I suppose, is, here it comes. Yeah. Oh, that was lucky, wasn't it? 82. Here we go. Come on. I didn't check the wind. I didn't check what the wind was. It's a slow-paced game, but kind of fun. Yeah, this. I think the wind was blowing my way. Let's just stop this, and I would like to see if this is a basic computer. It is another basic game. Next, 7. Let's list this out. Yeah, another basic game, but it's fine. I'm not criticizing. I'm just observing, and actually, it's quite cool. If back in the day I was to break into the program and then be able to see how it's actually being made, so that's quite nice. And again, not a long program. So let's turn it off and turn it on. Now, let's see if I can get this cassette. On the other side of this cassette is color match and reversey. So let's try this. So I'm just rewinding to the back to the beginning of this side that I've just inserted into the tape machine. And this is the kind of thing we had to do back in the day, and I can see that this is already a 20-minute video, but this is the level of patience that I'm afraid we had to have in those days. So I'm going to press play, and because this is on, it's not going to do anything until the Oric allows the tape player. So let's do C load, S, and it's playing. And so what I'm doing is just making sure that this bit is pushed down and this bit is slightly up, just to try and get it to work. So again, once it starts loading, I will press pause. So once it detects load, it's done it. That's interesting. It says Quest. This one doesn't have any author. By the way, a couple of things before I carry on this one with this program. The sound of the tape, all the high pitched noises, you don't have to listen to that obviously, because on here I've got it on monitor mode and I can shift it to the left there, and so then it mutes the speaker and it will load silently. But the reason I kept that on, and even back in the day I used to keep it on, is because you can hear if the tape is dropping out and you know it's not going to work. So that's why I've kept it on, because I think I need to listen to the tape basically. And interestingly, this side seemed to have a very consistent volume, and of course it's loaded. But what's unusual is that it said on the cassette, it says it's called color match and reversey. So, but this is called Quest. So, and it says you're in the woods. So it's an adventure game, and there's nothing on here that refers to any kind of adventure game. And on the back here, multi games, 4 games for the family, flight. So I really don't know what's going on here. Now I'm wondering whether the tape is really unused, but I'm looking at the instructions, and let's go back to the multi games one, just in case there was something else that actually yes. Right, okay, let's look at this then. Bandit, Projectiles, Color Match, Quest and Reversey. So on side A, I didn't realise, I thought it was just Bandit and Projectiles. I'd always swapped it over because I didn't read the instructions. Side B has got Quest and Reversey, so that's what we're playing now, Quest. So there's actually 5 games on the multi games cassette, not 4, even though it shows 4 on the picture, you know. But that's me not reading instructions, to be fair. So anyway, let's press space to continue, see what happens. I've pressed space, so is it going to work? Yes, good. When you answer a question, I look only at the first letter, although you can type the whole word. Wow, okay. North, south, east, west, up, down, take, leave, points, and open. Okay. Go south to enter. Let's go south. Low chamber. Tight tunnel goes east. Tight tunnel goes east. There is light to the north. Well, we just came from the north. So I can go east, and I can go south or west. Well, let's go east. A tight tunnel. Tight tunnel turns a corner. What next? Let's keep going east. You're at a dead end. Okay, let's go back west. Let's go back west. Then let's keep going south. The home of a gnome king, fortunately, is out. On the wall is a white cupboard. Let's open the cupboard. Open cupboard. It's locked. Can't go that way. No, its cupboard's locked. I don't know what I'm doing now. I thought, can't do that. What next? South. Can't go that way. Commander north south. You're in the home of the gnome king. On the wall. I can do open. I've tried that. It's locked. I can do take, leave. Let's take the cupboard. Take the cupboard off. I don't think I'll be able to. The gold coins aren't here. This is very strange. Let's go south. No, east. Tunnel goes northwest. North to south. Let's go south. There's a pit. Let's not go down. Let's go down the pit. Bottom of a pit. Oh, stream flows over the rocks. Take rock. Let's take the rocks. Can't do that. Let's keep going down. Let's go south. Let's go north. Let's go east, west. Let's go east. Let's go south. Let's go up. Let's go north. Let's go north again. Okay, north. East, west, west. Low chamber. Tunnel goes east. You can go into south or west. Let's go west. Okay, south. East, south. Back at the Gnome King. So this was the experience of a lot of simple adventure games back in the day. They go around in circles, and I don't know about the gold coins, what that meant. Let me see if I can break into this one. Here we go. Text, full screen, another basic program, yes. Now, this video is already up to nearly half an hour, and I really don't want to go beyond that, so I'm going to leave it there. So we've tried 3 programs. They're all basic ones. I might do one especially for flight, because that looks pretty fascinating, right? So I'm not sure about home finance. Not convinced that that's going to be good, and I don't know about teach yourself basic either. That sounds boring. Might try it, but in the meantime, thank you for watching this video. Let's cut this short before the half hour, and I might, as I say, do separate videos for the other games and the other programs when I have time. But yeah, so there we go. This is the 1983 how to play games and load them and go through frustrating waits.